Hey, listen, if you've got to go, we understand, but make sure you bring the Sports Hub app with you so you can hear more of Toucher and Hardy.
That's what I want on my tombstone.
On the Sports Hub.
Toucher and Hardy. Well, all right. So yesterday, look.
It was an epic collapse. It was a 29-point blown lead, and after the game, people were apoplectic.
Yes, the Knicks fans were booing a little bit. The first half was fascinating because you just wanted to see if San Antonio could get it up to 30. Like, if they could get it up to 30 in the first half, the Knicks looked defeated. San Antonio was like smirking and, feeling themselves. They could not miss.
There's all these benchmarks we were watching, and I said, I did say out loud, they're going to score 75 in the first half. Mm-hmm. They scored 76.
Oh, yeah. I mean there was
that's nuts.
In the first quarter, I was like, wouldn't it be funny if they scored 100 points in the first half? That happened. Didn't that just happen? A team scored close to 100 points in the first half?
I don't know.
Yes, it did. And it happened in the playoffs. Something just happened where a team scored almost 100 points in the first half. And I do believe it was in the playoffs. And then they didn't play their starters for the fourth quarter. Maybe it was... Yes, that did happen.
I remember Cleveland getting almost 90 in the first half on Golden State during the NBA Finals one year.
Yeah, well, this year it happened too, and so I can look into that. I'm sure I will. But yeah, you were like, can they get 100? Like, can they get close to 100 points in the first half, and then just rest Wemby for the entire fourth quarter, and then be really ready to go, and. It was amazing, and it was great to see that crowd freak out. Then I stopped watching. Beginning of the fourth quarter, it was 15 points. I was a little like, oh, wow, the Knicks are kind of coming back, but whatever. Not much has to happen for San Antonio to win.
Knicks led the Hawks at the half this season, 83-36. Is that right?
There you go. Let's turn the microphone on.
So that's what I was thinking.
The NBA record for points in a first half during the playoffs is 87. Oklahoma City.
Okay, so 83 points, close to 100.
Yeah.
I mean, they were screwing around with having 100
and
points.
that Cleveland one is 2017, 86. So there you go.
So you're up 27 at the half. You're up 76-49. You only manage, you score less than a half. You score 14 points in the third quarter, which is less than the 41 you scored in the first. Right?
Yeah.
Am I right? Is my math correct?
4 for 20 from the field in the third quarter.
Yeah, 16 in the fourth quarter. Everything went wrong for the Spurs pretty much in the second half, and Charles Barkley treated them gently in the postgame.
We saw the dumbest basketball team in the history of civilization.
Oh, wow.
We saw they had a 25-point lead, took eight straight threes. Like, they thought to get, that was some of the most mismanaged, stupid basketball. Hey, when you blow a 29-point lead, the other team has to help you. The San Antonio Spurs help the New York Knicks win this game by doing some of the stupid-ass stuff I've ever seen on a basketball court.
Yeah, we talked about it. I had not heard that, but I mean, obviously, analysts were talking about this, and the two things that you can do to blow a 30-point lead are turn the ball over and take quick threes, and just by nature of time, I'm sure a statistician can figure it out. Someone who deals with numbers, but. If you just hold the ball for 20 seconds and miss and then go 2 for 1, let them go 2 for 1, you're still winning that game.
You can do that for a really long time. I mean, you can get away with that, and the chipping away at the lead is just that. You're just chipping away at it. You're really not giving them a chance to get back in if you take more time to miss your shots. But when you get it across half court and you chuck up a three, you haven't used any of the time. You're not managing. And well, this is what Shaq was talking about. He says comfortable. I think nervous.
Congratulations to the Knicks for coming back, but Chuck, I agree with you. They played terrible basketball. They got comfortable. They got comfortable with the league. They was already talking about, going back to San Antonio. They just didn't play smart. And, you never know what a champion is until you become a champion. But tonight, the Knicks, they fought like a champion.
Did they get comfortable or did they get nervous? Did they gag it due to hubris? Or did they gag it because they choked?
Well, it seemed at the end of the first half, I'll bring it up again, is that Wemby had a bit of hubris because he shot a 3 from the logo.
There was a reason for that. I understand what you're saying. The reason he took that deep 3 at the end of the first half, it was a 2-for-1 situation where he wanted to get a shot off to make sure that the Spurs got the ball last at the end of the first half. But overall, the shot selection was terrible.
Okay, John, fair ncugh. It's a 2-for-1 situation, but I don't think you'd have to take a 3 at the logo and give up a 2-on-1 break the other way. That's not the way to handle a 2-on-1 situation. I'd rather just keep the ball and go 1-for-1 than shoot a ball from the logo. That's no. If I'm coaching that team and I go, let's try to get 2-for-1, I not at the expense of taking a shot, having my 7'3" center take a shot from half court.
This goes to the bigger point, which is the inexperience, not only of the players, but of the head coach in this situation. If Greg Popovich is the head coach of this team, would they be down 3-1? I think they'd be up 3-1 at this point.
I agree.
And so you have a bunch of guys in their early 20s. I mean, Luke Cornett and Harrison Barnes are the only real veterans on that team. Barnes doesn't play, and Cornett won a title as a bench player. So you have most of your rotation unaware of what it's like at this time of year, and I think they panicked. I don't think it was they got comfortable, more to your point, Hardy. I think collectively all those kids in their early 20s panicked.
I think you're right. It felt and looked more like panic than it did, we got a little too comfortable. We started easing up on stuff. No, they started doing dumb stuff, to paraphrase Charles Barkley, the dumbest basketball team in the history of civilization. What about from the Knicks side of this? Now, we are talking about a team that overcame a 22-point deficit in the fourth quarter of their Game 1 game against Cleveland in the conference finals. So Brunson asked if doubt had crept in during this game. Jalen, where'd you go?
Jalen! Nicholas!
Got it, thank you.
When you were down 29 points, did any doubt creep in your mind?
I thought about it, but then I realized just where we're at. And you're allowed to think. You're allowed to think about the worst possible scenario, but you got to go out there and do something about it. And just having my teammates back, just fighting every possession, just figuring out what we had to do, but not really, just not believing it.
One other stat.
I wish these guys were more unlikable.
Yeah.
They're really not.
Yeah, Karl Anthony Towns is likable. Brunson's likable. Yeah.
Ananoby. We'll hear Ananoby in a second. Go ahead.
The experience. The Knicks are 10-9 in the playoffs in the last 2 years when they're down by double digits in the second half. That just doesn't happen. And you saw it against the Celtics, too. The Celtics were all over the place. They were up and down. They blew back-to-back 20-point leads at the beginning of that series against the Knicks 2 years ago. The core of this team was still there. They just keep playing. They're so consistent. And it doesn't matter who the head coach is because they changed head coaches.
It matters a little bit.
Mike Brown's doing better. But this particular part of their DNA, they're a straight line while other teams are all over the place. And ultimately, the Knicks are winning more than they're losing at this time of year because of it. And you saw what happened last night. The Knicks kept working the offense. They just kept playing. Meanwhile, San Antonio played one of the better first halves in team history in the playoffs and then stopped. That's the difference.
Let's hear from Mike Brown as we broke down the tip-in that Ananoby had for the Knicks to give them the 1-point lead, which they would hold on to and win the game last night. He was the guy inbounding the ball. He had a free lane to the basket, came in from the left, tipped it in on the right. How did Mike Brown break it down?
Unbelievable. Tip, how he had to control it and tip it in from. Like I said, that has to be the most iconic shot in the history of New York basketball. I'm not you guys know better than me, but it was just unbelievable.
Is it the most iconic shot in the history of New York Knicks basketball?
According to my father, who knows way more about this than I do, it is. When they won in 70 and 73, when the Knicks won, it wasn't like that. When they won games, it wasn't by one at the buzzer. They won by, 5, 10 points.
You talked to your father last night?
Yes.
Wow.
My dad is over the moon excited about this kind of thing. He was up early this morning, my father, about this.
Texting you?
He was up at 5 in the morning, yes.
Was he texting you last night?
No. He last night, this morning. Sun's down. The point is, he texted me this morning on the way into work.
Is he taking steroids for his allergies?
No, he's not. My dad's 89. My dad's 89 and is up
20
all
years
hours
ago, he
watching
was
this.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
This is 69.
Right.
Rawr.
You just made me think of it again. I don't know why it popped into my head yesterday. The Righteous Gemstones scene when John Goodman and his girlfriend are in bed and the kids walk in on him.
Yeah.
I can't. That show. All right. So there's Mike Brown on Ananoby's tip in the game winner. How about Ananoby? He'll say something that'll make you dislike him and dislike the Knicks.
Got the ball to Jalen. He got a good look, and I just crashed and went for the ball.
You make it sound so easy, but tell me what's going through your mind as it's all unfolding.
Oh, just do whatever it takes to win, I think it's crashing the glass and second chance opportunities. So I just try to make a play.
OG, how did this happen? You guys were down 29. How did this happen?
We're resilient, we never give up. It's a game of runs. They went on a run early. We knew we were going to go on our own run, so we just stayed with it, kept pushing.
Somebody say something stupid. Somebody say something that makes me not like you. Nobody will do it.
I know. Even the head coach is humble.
I know.
It's really annoying.
Damn it.
It's just their fans that suck.
Yeah, and
agreed.
All right. Well, Victor Wembanyama, with the obvious statement here. I don't know how you talk in these post games if you're any member of the Spurs, but you have to.
What's going through my mind right now? I think it's going to go one of two ways, and a bad one and a good one. And I know the bad one would be giving up. The good one would be getting stronger through this, getting more together, and I know this is what we're going to do.
Mm-hmm. All right, Victor. 44
he
minutes.
Did not play well.
44
they're
minutes
done.
from last night. He's not used to that.
They're done.
No.
They're done.
No.
You watched them leave the floor after last night's game. They're done. The Knicks may win this one by 20 on Saturday.
Do you know what really sticks in my craw, too? All these people who spent these tens of thousands of dollars for these tickets to get in because they thought they were going to sweep and they thought they were going to see them hoist the trophy. They got something better. What they saw, I would rather be at that game than the game where they win it all. To be there on that night, because it's more of a story. If they go out and they win the next game and they take a 10-point lead in the locker room at halftime and hang on to it and win kind of easily, that's the game. That's the game.
I want the game where they clinch it. If I'm a Knicks fan,
but
and in my lifetime they've never won one. Are you kidding me? It's been 53 years. No, it's not simple or complicated. I want the game where they win it all.
I don't really think anyone cares what you want.
Oh,
that's not true.
You didn't have to say it.
That's just uncalled for,
77-5. Go ahead.
82, and he's playing 82-0.
We're done.
It's the best I've ever done.
Did you play that the entire time we just did this?
No.
Okay.
No.
Don't be silly.
I was participating in the conversation as much as either of you.
Well, you just kind of popped your head up and you say something, and then you go back down and keep playing.
No, that's not true. I was very involved in the conversation. Some would say I was the straw that was stirring the whole dang drink. I mean, that's all you need to know. It's just the best I've ever done. The 77-5.
Went 82-0 over the weekend.
It's because of your vast knowledge.
Right.
All right.
Well, he got cheat notes from his dad at 4:00 in the morning.
Yeah, little daddy's boy over here. Ooh, daddy. Daddy, love me.
I call you at 5, and there's no answer. You're eating at night out of guilt.
All right, so we will be back in just a moment.
Touch your stuff.
Kaboom!
Can we all just take acid? Take acid? It's unbelievable.
Toucher and Hart. We'll keep talking about.
Like you, Fred, I'm not worried.
Stephon as a person and as a player and what he did for us last year, I'll value that. Helped us win football games, helped us get to where we got. But right now, I don't think that that's something that I think we're exploring, but I would never say no.
We got an email from Dave, who emails a lot. He said John's dad had reached out to him this morning. He said if John's dad is 89, he must have gotten John's mom pregnant when he was still in high school.
Yeah, that math, right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if he's 89 and John is 70.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
I guess maybe
John's 71.
Maybe it could have been on like graduation night.
Was it graduation night?
He hasn't told me. That's one of those family secrets. I was never told exactly when that happened.
Do you have any
seat of the Edsel?
Oh, you have a sister. Is your sister
Oldsmobile.
Is your sister older or younger?
Younger.
Were you protective of her, John?
Always.
No, were you protective of her?
Yes.
He didn't care.
Now, how did you protect her with that clarinet of yours?
I used it to beat off all the suitors, to beat back all the suitors.
You used your hand to beat off all the suitors.
Yeah.
Now, did you
walked right into it? Yes.
Did you? No, but was she in the band?
No.
Oh, so you weren't a mentor to her?
No.
Okay.
No, she always knew what she was doing. Trust me. Always knew.
No, I mean, she's in Luxembourg, be a big success. I know.
Yes.
I'm not putting her down. I was more trying to figure out what the dynamic was like in high school for the two of you.
We were 4 years apart.
Oh, okay.
So this shows you how old I am. There were only 3 grades in my high school. Only 3 grades, 10th, 11th, and 12th.
Oh, I thought they were going to say 0, 1, and 2. And
No. Didn't add freshmen to my high school.
Well, then you're out to the mines.
Well, yeah, they need you in the fields.
Well, it was the Depression. I mean, there was a very thin job market at the time. All right. Mike Dussault writes for and produces content for Patriots.com. He's joining us. Mike Dussault, hello, sir.
Good morning.
Did you have a sibling at all?
I do. I have 2 younger sisters, actually.
Were you protective of them, unlike John?
I wish I could say I was. I don't feel like I was protective enough.
Yeah. My son not overly nice to my daughter. That's a thing going on right now. Is your daughter nice to your son?
No.
Okay, there you go. At least I feel good about that. All right, Mike. So here we are. It's mandatory minicamp. Let's start with Christian Gonzalez and Kayshon Boutte. Where do you see their individual situations at right now?
Yeah, I think Gonzalez is in the midst of the negotiations, it feels like to me. So they're, the vibe I got going back and forth, and, hopefully they can get something done. Both sides seem to want to get something done. I'm optimistic there. Boutte, good to see him back. Looks like he's in good shape. Kind of hopped right back in. Looks like he hasn't missed a beat, even though he hasn't really been here. That one's a little bit more murky to me. So it just looks like a logjam there. I heard the Vrabel clip you guys played about Diggs coming back.
There's no way Diggs is coming back, right?
No.
Yeah, why would that happen?
He still has legal trouble to deal with, too.
Yeah, but that one sounds a little
Well, they
shaky.
don't need they fill the wide receiver room as it is. They don't have space for him, but the other part of it is there's this legal issue which has basically kept him from signing anywhere else either. So
yeah, I mean, and it's just overall in the room, even Boutte now, it seems like they got a lot of guys. You could see him kind of fitting in when you watch minicamp. I mean, it's not out of the realm to see him out there with A.J. Brown and Dobbs and, Matt Collins and the rest of them. But I don't know. I think this might have been the last time we see Boutte today here. We'll see how it plays out. But it seems like he's probably going to be headed somewhere else. That's my feeling on it.
I mean, part of the calculus has to be about keeping A.J. Brown satisfied. And if you're going to try and keep Kayshon Boutte, which I would be in favor of. I want as many weapons as possible, but A.J. Brown's going to need his touches.
Yeah, and I mean, watching A.J. Brown over these couple of days, I mean, yesterday was just kind of a jog through, so, not to make too much of it, but this guy's an NFL superstar, and you can already see the skill that he's going to bring to this offense. So, as much as you like Kayshon Boutte, he's, had a nice story. He's developed really well. He's caught some big touchdowns, down the stretch in the playoffs last year, but now with A.J. Brown in the mix, you got to think, all right, they're on to bigger things now, and it's just hard to see how Booty's going to fit into that plan.
Offensively, I was reading that Drake May has been given the keys to Josh McDaniels' offense, and McDaniels challenged him again yesterday. If you could take us through the maturation, because it seems like May is a different person this year.
Oh, I love it. I think this is the X factor of this whole team was, May had an MVP season last year with completing 72% of his passes, but I think the coaches would tell you he just kind of had a basic understanding of this offense. And, we saw Tom Brady develop, not to put Drake May in that category yet, but, Josh McDaniels empowers his quarterback to make decisions at the line. And, one of my favorite things to come out yesterday was that on the practice on Tuesday, they had him go to the line with no play call and look at the defense and figure out what you would call. I think those are the kind of things where you're giving Drake May, like you said, the keys to this offense to be able to change plays to. I think the biggest thing that Josh said was just avoiding the bad plays, getting to the line and being like, all right, we're not going to run a play that we know isn't going to be successful. Can we at least get ourselves into something that has a chance? So aside from A.J. Brown entering the mix, aside from, continuing to rebuild the offensive line, I think this is, to me, the biggest storyline. If Drake May really becomes the master of this offense and is able to pull all the strings he needs at the line of scrimmage, I think he's going to put them in a really good position to be successful.
Tough to tell from a walkthrough, but how is the left side of the line looking?
Like you said, tough to tell right now. Yesterday, like you said, jog through was literally they snap the ball and everybody kind of goes into slow motion. So a little bit more competitive today. But, as far as Caleb Lomu, we've seen him. Morgan Moses hasn't been here, so you've seen him getting a lot of work on the right side. Then on the second team, he flips over to the left side. So I think things are lining up with Lomu that, in a perfect world, he's going to be that swing tackle if Moses is healthy. But he's getting plenty of reps now, and the way that they managed Moses last year, he's probably going to get plenty of reps in training camp as well. So hopefully that can accelerate his process. But, tough to tell with the offensive line and I'd also say with the pass rush, because without Gabe Akis there, without Harold Landry, you're dipping down the depth chart a little bit there too. So those guys, not even being fully tested as they will be hopefully in training camp when maybe you get those guys back.
Yeah, let's talk about Akis. As we all know how to say it. With Akis, how do you think the team is responding to him not being there?
Yeah, it seems weird. He was there in rookie minicamp. He was watching. He didn't have a helmet on. And then, finally we got questions, from Vrabel on Tuesday about, that he had a procedure, that he's not under contract. I think he's one of 2 second-round picks that aren't signed right now. So sometimes that does happen with the contract. I don't know what the deal is with this procedure, but when you looked at the draft, this was the one guy that you were hoping and that you kind of needed to come in and contribute right away. And it's even more glaring out there in minicamp without Harold Landry, where, you do have Draymond Jones, solid, NFL player, and Elijah Ponder was pretty good last year. But, when you look at this team as a whole, that's kind of the glaring spot. I think we were all, including, the coaching staff, we're hoping that Gabe Akis will come in and be part of that rotation and really bring some youth and some energy. And he just hasn't been out there yet. Now, Mike, they talked yesterday about he's going to have to catch up. He's getting behind the 8 ball a little bit. Hate to see that from rookies, but I still think, he's got enough juice as a pass rusher. You still can get some contributions out of him, but I guess anybody's guess is as good as mine right now, what this procedure was and what his timetable is to get back on the field.
How important is it, do you think, for a young player to be in these mandatory mini camps?
I think it's pretty important. Some positions you could say maybe more than others, but I just, some of the guys like N'Keal Harry that you saw get hurt early in training camp. Now, different situation with Brady and all that, and now he's really behind. But it's important. These guys, this is when the install is getting in. These guys are understanding how to be professionals. They're really laying the foundation. So, go back to what I said. Ultimately, at the end of the day, you're hoping this guy can just put his hand in the dirt and see ball, get ball. So maybe that there's a little bit of flexibility with this position, but no question, the one guy out of the draft you were hoping to get some pretty quick contributions from. You haven't even seen him on the field yet, so I do think it's significant.
What is your gut feeling? Will Christian Gonzalez be on the field for day 1 in training camp in 6 weeks?
I'm going to say not yet, but I think they figure it out once he gets back for training camp. I don't know. That's just not in my, that's my shot in the dark of how these things kind of work. They go back and forth, and he's been fairly involved. Team days 2 days ago he'd tap out, but yesterday with the jog through, he's right in there. So these things take a little bit of time. I'm going to say, get back to training camp, check in. How's it all going? All right. How about this? I think they get it done in training camp. That's my feel on it.
Vrabel seemed, pretty unworried, but I guess more to my point, he seems rather unworried about everything. And a lot of this stuff is kind of died down. I know that they're still working on the investigation in terms of, what actually was going on between him and Rossini. But is he different in any way?
It didn't look different to me this week. I mean, I think maybe earlier in the spring with some of those press conferences, you could have said, yeah, but it seems like the same old Mike Vrabel to me as far as mini camp and, just in his element. I mean, you can tell how much this guy loves coaching, loves, putting his imprint on each of the different positions. And, it's the same thing you saw with Bill. He just loves to run up to random guys and give them coaching points, and then he's over here and he's over there. So I haven't seen any difference in him, setting the tone, his loud voice booming. Yesterday they did a little competition pushing sleds. He's running the show and making sure everybody's, got the right amount of hands on the sleds and all that kind of stuff. So, as of right now, it seems like Vrabel back to normal and the team kind of gunning today, hoping to wrap up mini camp and, then we're on to the vacation before training camp.
All right. Well, listen, Mike Dussault, read him at Patriots.com. Watch all his content as well. He's a big content creator over there.
Damn right, yeah.
What's your favorite Steven Spielberg movie?
Probably Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yeah, I mean, Jaws is my favorite movie, but if you were to just ask me what is the best one, Raiders of the Lost Ark. And we did a bit on it yesterday where Odie Henderson was saying that is what a full feature film should be. I remember seeing that in the theater and coming home and talking to my mother for an hour about that movie, telling her the whole thing. She must have wanted to put a shotgun in her mouth because I wouldn't shut up about that movie. But it's that's the movie you go to see and you're like, oh my God, this is what the movies are supposed to be. That was it.
Yeah, there's a picture of young Mike Dussault on Christmas where I got both the Well of the Souls play set as well as a 6-inch Indiana Jones doll. And I was pretty fired up about it, playing with the belt, pretending the belt is the whip, I was into all that.
All right. Well, it's good to know that you were cool. Mike Dussault, thank you so much. Read it and look at all the content at Patriots.com. Appreciate it, Mike.
Thanks, guys.
All right. So we will be back in just a moment.
I know. No, you don't know.
Everyone agrees that I'm the only one who's not wrong.
Right or wrong, they're back. Toucher and Hardy on the Sports Hub.
Want to hear from a person who's no longer a listener?
Sure.
Hey, John. Can I ask John a question? John, when you, I don't know how many siblings you have, but when your father, he's older, so when he passes away, you stand to inherit a lot of this Manhattan property. Will you be leaving the show, or will you be willing to take a salary cut so Adam 12 can come back and maybe I could join the show too? Another thing too, Hardy, there's a Sirius XM studio in Las Vegas. It's like a glass studio. Have you ever had the
Yeah, I know it.
To go there?
I know a certain someone who broadcasts from there.
Oh, yeah.
There was an earthquake last week when he was on the air.
I got it confused with the Fremont iHeartRadio studio that is on in Vegas too. So I called it that, and he took offense to it. He was like, "Nah, I'm inside the glass. He's in a glass cage. You can walk by. I'm blind, so I can't envision it, but you can actually walk by and see him inside there."
You can't even envision it. You could see at one point, right?
Yeah, I could see, but I never saw what he looked like. I can know what Hardy looks like and John and you, but I don't know what he looks like.
Who's the most handsome blind, Scott, of the three of us?
Good question.
Well, you are, because you have the best facial bone structure, in your face. Because Hardy looks like a pinhead, kind of. But I saw him before he got the hair transplant. You know what I'm saying? Now he's on TV. So when I first seen him, he had a pinhead, bald head, kind of, and a pointy nose. And I don't recall what John looks like too much, but kind of glasses, thick glasses and weird gray on the side of his head. You know what I mean? And,
like a bird.
I know what Nick looks like because I've seen Nick, but it's good to envision what people look. Oh yeah, so the DJ was playing a song earlier, the Blind Melon song. So I started emailing them. I was like, there was a woman on the cover of the Blind Melon cover. So then I looked it up. It was like a Blind Melon song from the 90s. I remember there was like a girl. She was on
No Rain. She was in the Bumblebee outfit. Yes.
Yeah. So she was the drummer's daughter. Not daughter, the drummer's sister.
Okay.
She was in a play.
Blind Scott, we've gotten way down the rabbit hole. But that's the first time in my life anyone's ever told me I had good bone structure of the face. And I'm going to run with it.
How does he know again?
I don't know.
That's not what any of us or anything looks like.
I think that the blindness is degenerative. In some way. I think that he could see before. It wasn't an accident, I don't believe. But I do think that it was something that I don't think his vision maybe was ever good, but like it got progressively like worse. And now he is almost entirely blind, but he comes correct. Do you stand, John, to inherit a big Manhattan property when your dad passes?
I do not.
Does your dad own or rent?
He owns. He owns. It's not near Midtown, and it's. I don't stand to inherit it at the moment. His wife will get it, not me.
Well, what about when she dies? Is she younger?
Yes.
How much younger?
She is 11 years younger.
Oh, that's not bad.
No.
Yeah, so she's got forever either. But like, does she have kids?
No.
Oh, well, this is good news for you and your sister.
It would seem that way, but at the moment, it's going to be a little bit of a wait before we have that conversation.
Well, hopefully, absolutely.
Yes.
But you don't want anyone to die. But was your dad a wealthy man?
He did okay. He worked as a lawyer for Raytheon for many, many years.
Oh, one of those corporate types.
Yeah.
Really making the system that screws the little guy keep going. I get it. Otherwise known as the enemy.
Right.
I wonder how much interaction Blind Scott is getting with the show down the hall there. We know that he was going to follow Adam down there, and he was going to...
He hasn't been emailing very much.
Yeah, maybe he's really attached himself to that show.
He finds Adam to be a, what do you call it?
Advocate?
Advocate. Or like, but not only an advocate, but like there's like a friend. It's like another word for friend, like I'm blanking on the word, but an ally. He looks at Adam as an ally.
That's a big word for them. Yeah.
Because Blind Scott is, of course, trans and blind.
Yes.
A lot of people shocked when they see
them.
Blind
I mean,
Scott.
Adam 12 and Blind Scott. The two of them, they both like that word.
Oh, absolutely.
Ally.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. We're making clear that we're calling transgender people them.
Oh, no. Not calling one group of people them. No. I mean, those two.
Those two.
Yes.
Right. You got to make that very clear. You would have been in deep yogurt there. Adam's not here to protect us anymore. But yes, Adam, he looks at Adam as like an ally.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe that's why he has focused all his attention almost. Well, he's on hold here a lot still. He's just not emailing as much, which is enjoyable.
On hold with us, listening to them.
Yeah, and then he bops around. He calls Vegas stations because they were playing No Rain. They were the one station.
It's funny, though, that he mentioned the Sirius XM studio in Las Vegas that I know Eddie Trunk, will go to. But for the most part, I don't know anyone who goes to a Sirius XM studio.
They don't do it from home.
Other than Howard. Yeah. No, Howard doesn't go to a Sirius XM studio. He does it from home.
Yeah.
Everybody does it from home.
Yeah.
They have these studios that are massive. The one in D.C. is the biggest radio complex I've ever seen. I've never seen the one in New York or L.A., but the one in D.C. is 2 or 3 floors, 70, 80 studios.
There's one in Miami, too. There's like a new one in Miami. There's, because Mad Dog does his show, I think, 90% of the time, because they say from New Canaan. So I think he does his show from home 90% of the time. But he's alone. So if you were just doing it alone, what the hell difference does it make if you're there or not?
Yeah.
For Stern, it's a little prickly. We have a friend who showed us, who does work for the Stern show, who's very complimentary at Howard, so there's no big thing here, but it's shown us on days where no one's there, or even, I guess, maybe if they are there, what it looks like. And it is
when you're zooming into the show,
it is 2 full monitors of tiny Zoom faces, and there's levels of conversation going on, like it has to be entirely. I've never seen radio done remotely this way, where it's like things are vetted and scripted and then sent through through somebody into somebody into somebody and vetted and this and that before they get to Howard. And it's just like the whole thing with radio is just, it's all open. It's all free and improvisational. Like it seems, it's cool that he had a writer all those years and it certainly worked. But boy, oh boy, it's got to be tough to just be in a Zoom with 100 people.
Yeah. Like
literally 100 people, just all, it's just a very odd way to run a radio show, but it was interesting. All right. Tom Caron said to join us. Also, we will talk more about this Knicks game. But first, is it Zolak or Steve Brule? Dr. Steve Brule, our favorite game. We will be back in just a moment.